So now writing the final answer from examination point of view. Of course, we'll give the cross reference of the above values that we have calculated. We will not recalculate the same. The first question is the cancellation rate that is required to be calculated by us. So answer of the first question. Rate of cancellation in the write down as customer will cancel contract on 13th June, comma, by entering into reverse of original forward contract, comma, cancellation rate will be as under. So on 10th of April, for 10th of June, it was 7 rupees purchase dollar. So on 13th of June, spot transaction is 7 rupees and purchase dollar, and for that this rate is applicable, that is 63.68. We know that the purchase dollar means you will receive less dollar as a customer, so it is negative 0.10 percentage. So 63.68 minus 0.10%. 63.6163, that is 61.6175 rupees per dollar, that is in multiple of 0.0025. Next question is amount payable on $2 lakh. So friends, we understand that we are required to compute the amount payable by the customer on cancellation of the original forward contract on $2 lakh. So answer of the second question. Amount payable on $2 lakhs. So we understand friends that there are opposite transactions which have been entered upon like this, and for this we are required to compute the profit or loss. For this original forward contract, the exchange rate is provided to us as 64.40. So we understand that's over here. Payment 64.40 to buy a dollar, and a receipt, that is 63.68 minus 0.1 percentage. 63.6163. Difference of both of them is profit or loss per dollar. Point 0.7837, amount to 2 lakhs. So product of both of them is the overall loss. 156740. Amount payable on dollar 2 lakhs. This is what we understand. Dear students, over here I am using the exchange rate as per ICI suggested answer, in which they have not taken the rate which are rounded off in the first part of the question, but they have used the rate without rounding off. So just to match with their answer, I am taking this rate. Answer for the third question. The third question is the amount of the swap loss. Who has entered into the swap transaction? Bank has entered into the swap transaction. So answer of the third question is swap loss, which we already have found, that is an amount of rupees 30,000. That is quite detailed working, so I just take the answer that say we already have done it. Fourth answer. The fourth answer is interest on outlay of the funds. That is very simple and it is small, so we are doing it again. Interest is equal to 96,000 rupees of the loss which bank had to pay. Rate of interest 12%. Time period 3 days. You may take 360 days or 365 days. Conceptually it does not make any great difference. So 94 rupees 68 paise. Fifth, the new contract rate. So we understand that say on 13th of June the forward contract is entered upon for 10th of August for sell of rupees and purchase of dollar. So this is the rate applicable, 64.25 plus 0.10%. So 64.31 64.3143. So rounded off to 64.3150 rupees per dollar. And of course, when you do round off, you just have to be careful that say if it is 38 or above, then in that case you have to make it 50. If it is 37 or less, then you have to make it 25. Okay. That is the new contract rate. Sixth question is the total cost for the customer. Sixth question is total cost. In that, swap loss plus loss on cancellation plus interest. So swap loss is 30,000. Loss on cancellation is 156740 plus 94.68. So 1,86,834.68. This is the way the total cost is found. A small summary of the working. We understand it's over here on 10th of April, customer is entering into one contract, bank is entering into two contracts, one is with the customer and another is in the interbank market. 10th of June, customer does not come to the bank. Whatever the transaction in which the bank has entered upon, that bank is obliging and the dollar currency purchase is sold in the spot market. So there is a loss of 96,000 which the bank will pay. Then the bank is under an obligation to give dollar if at all the customer comes in next 3 working days. A kind of grace period to the customer. The kind of grace period that say we have if at all you have an obligation to make the payment of the bills payable, similar to that. So grace period is there. So the bank is entering into again the nearest forward contract to buy United States dollar. With this, say there is a swap loss, say which the bank is having an amount of rupees 30,000. On 13th of June, when the customer comes, the very first thing that the bank is telling him that say you need to cancel your original forward contract, and for that there is a loss of 156740. Second, because of you, I have entered into the swap transaction and I have incurred a loss of 30,000. So you pay me this two amount, and 96,000 rupees which I paid because of you, on that say you give me interest for this 3 days. So total of this is collected from the customer, and then we allow the customer to speak something. He says that I want to extend my contract set till 10th of August. Then we give him a new rate. This is the way, so the new rate is given to him. From examination point of view, whatever the questions that say they have asked, in that the rate of cancellation 63.63, 63.6175, in which the institute has done rounding off, that is what I am doing it. Amount payable on $2 lakh. In my opinion, if at all you are taking over here the rates which have been rounded off, then in that case it is absolutely correct. Accordingly, the loss is calculated. Swap loss, detail working, we already have done it by two methods. Interest on the amount of the loss which the bank has paid. Then the new rate is given to the customer. That's very simple. And this is the total cost which is recovered from the customer. Friends, this kind of concept was tested for the very first time in examination in May 2015 test paper. Honestly, this kind of concept was not covered by the institute material anywhere in a way that it includes the revisionary test paper, mock test paper, then the practice manual, because at that time the time was there where the practice manual was very popular. But unfortunately, none of the institute publication had this question or had this concept even practical. But even though this kind of practical question was asked in examination, and so it was not covered by me also in any of my material. So this was slightly a surprise for student at that time. And 15 days was the grace period that has recently been changed to 3 days grace period. So whenever you refer to any of the institute publication question with the old publication, then in that case you will find 15 days, but now it has been revised to 3 days. This is what we have.